Hello and welcome back. We just got done with our rival matchups where the Hammerheads got an absolutely dominated the entire matchup outside of just one game. And now we're going to be rolling in with our prospect matchup of the Crusaders versus the Merchants. And it's still me, Sauce Boss, on the mic along with Bbcomedian, Wiz producing. And after that matchup, how do you feel about this prospect matchup, BB?
I mean, I feel completely different about the prospect matchup because about 5-10 minutes ago, we found out that Boa will not be playing for the Crusaders tonight, and they will have a sub of YourEvilTwin will be subbing for them, which completely just changes how this game is going to go. These are two close teams, but with that one sub and the chemistry change and the talent that you're losing with Boa and the fact that Boa is number 7 in assists in the league, that's a lot for the Crusaders to overcome.
Yep, and before we go into all the players, let's take a look at the season stats for both of these teams. It looks like the Merchants just have a slightly better record than the Crusaders, but the Crusaders have a very strong offense here for their 22-18 record. They've got 118 goals forward, over 10 more than the Merchants, as well as plenty of more shots and a slightly higher shot percentage. So we're probably going to see quite a bit of offense come out of the Crusaders tonight.
Definitely, we'll see a lot of offense by the Crusaders. The thing that jumps out to me about this team comparison is the Crusaders has 104 goal versus, and the Merchants have 90. So yeah, you will see a lot of shooting come from the Crusaders, but you also will see a lot of shots being thrown back at them and shots that will be going in. So that's something to look out for as well.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how that plays out tonight with the counterattacks. But going on for the players for the Crusaders, we do believe Boa is not here tonight. That is unfortunate for them. He has a 40% shot accuracy. That is impressive. But we're going to be seeing the one and only with a 35% of his own, 116 shots leading the team, as well as his 41 goals. But Illusionchaos is leading their team in those saves and just a little bit behind Boa on those demo statistics as well. But instead of Boa tonight, we are going to have, I believe it's YourEvilTwin, having 17 games played so far this season and a 25% shot accuracy. So they might be missing a little bit of their offensive potential tonight.
Yeah, they will be with Boa sitting out. But what jumps out for me with the Crusaders and their stat line is the assist. This is a team that loves to pass the ball to one another. So this is a team that loves to pass the ball to one another. Now, they are playing with the sub, so you got to see, can this sub come in and have instant chemistry with this team to keep those passes going along and feeding each other? Because this is how the Crusaders like to score their goals, is by team plays.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how they can bring that all together. But introducing the Merchants, we're going to have a team of Pizza Flavored, Tacos Bruh, and Wild Dragon leading it. That's likely who they're going to be starting tonight. And then ThatHomieGage bringing it up there as their fourth player. We might see a little swap out between those three that have the less amount of games played. But if you look at that shot percentage, it is extremely high, 45%, 41%. 33, all of them averaging out to such a high average that we are going to have an offensive heavy matchup tonight. And then the saves count for all of them is also very high. This could be a really exciting matchup.
Really exciting, and expect to see a lot of points being thrown on the board. As you said, a lot of good shooting percentage, 45% shots. That's insane, especially in a league that is as competitive as RSC. To have those numbers, congratulations to Tacos, because those are hard numbers to get in this league. So yeah, so expect a exciting matchup and a lot of points to be scored on the board. I am excited to kick this one off.
And how do you see your predictions going? Personally, I think I'm going to go with a 3-1 in favor of the Merchants. Losing out on Boa tonight is going to be an absolutely devastating for their offensive potential.
Yeah, I had it too, but with Boa sitting out, that just changes everything for me. So I believe with that, I'm going 3-1 Merchants because it was going to be a close series, but you gotta expect for them not to have that chemistry right off the bat with the Crusaders. Well, you are even twin jumping in. And as we are jumping in right now and getting this game started, we are kept going down to the field. Let's see how this plays out with the sub. No Boa, Crusaders versus Merchants. And in a game that has a lot of playoff implications, the Crusaders are fifth in the Lunar Division, and the Merchants are third in the Lunar Division. So these are two teams that are right in the thick of things in that in the prospect tier in that Lunar Division. So this series means a lot. Every game is going to be a game that these teams are going to be fighting for, and we're seeing right now the Crusaders are trying to push and put a lot of pressure up. And as of right now, the sub isn't really playing a difference. We're seeing the Crusaders put up a lot of offense as a team who's clicking well together. Wood.
Yeah, I do want to mention on that. As you said earlier, with the playoff implications, the Merchants, despite having that better record, they are still below the Crusaders, who are sitting in third in that Lunar Conference. It's not something you see every day with a higher win percentage, but this is going to be an absolutely huge match for the Merchants. They have to win this to get themselves a better chance here for their playoffs, as they're still outside, but they do have a good record, so that's going to help them out a little bit.
Definitely going to help them out. And this right now, we are seeing that both of these teams want this and how much this means to their playoff chances. And right now, ThatHomieGage kicks us off, putting points on the board. Second shot putting up, but the first one was able to fall. Whoa, beautiful ball control and shot placement by that. And we can see more of that coming by the Merchants. This is going to be a good series for them. Let's see how the Crusaders will respond. Let's see. Kickoff going in the Merchants' favor and piece of flavor, trying to make something happen. Wasn't able. In Your Evil Twin, we talked about the sub. Boa is not playing, who is also the Crusaders captain, so they're losing stats and leadership. Let's see how they respond without neither one of those on the field. Right now, they're not looking so bad. It's 1-0. They are down to goal, but not playing particularly bad or anything like that. Just down to goal. But so we'll see how they mesh as the series continues.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you heard me earlier in the broadcast chat a little earlier. I was really hyping up ThatHomieGage a little bit. I've seen him on stream plenty of times, including in a championship as well. Can't remember if he was in the Prospect Championship last year, but he's made a bunch of heads-up plays already. Pizza flavored, putting themselves out just a little bit further with that 2-0 lead. A little bit of an overcommit from the Crusaders, just everyone a little bit too far forward, and that's gonna hurt them just a little bit. But ThatHomieGage, very strong in the prospect tier. It could be, we might be seeing him get moved up here at the end of the year, as we saw with that very mechanical goal. Might see him end up in Rival soon.
Oh yeah, that's a great player to asset to have on your team. A player that should be ranking out soon. So ThatHomieGage right now, and this is my first time seeing him, so I'm actually excited to see what the hype is all about right now. I saw that first goal. I like what I saw, so let's see if ThatHomieGage can keep that up, and let's see if the Merchants can keep this pressure up that they're absolutely have just been putting up on the Crusaders, who without Boa has just not looking bad. You can just tell they are missing that offense. They are missing a little bit of that chemistry, and the Merchants having their full starting lineup. Oh, but right there, Evil Twin coming in almost with the goal to bring this into at least one, but the only one not able to give up possession. Oh, right there, Pizza Flavor does take control. And right now, you're kind of seeing a little bit of back and forth. So let's see if one of these teams can really take control of the ball and make a play, especially the Crusaders, who need it as we enter the last minute 30 of this game, and them being down by 2.
Yeah, YourEvilTwin putting on a performance right now, trying to get himself signed to a team, as he had to come up at the very last moment to in this late of an hour as well to come in, fill in for a game for the Crusaders, but they're doing well so far. Gage trying to put that one away. Wild Dragon back over the middle. Pizza Flavored's got a shot, but the one and only's gonna stay back, stay patient, and it's gonna pay off for him getting that save. But he's got a lot of boost. He's gonna try and put this one over the middle's not gonna be able to really get back to it. Awkward pinch, and YourEvilTwin's gonna have a chance for a one-on-one. Gets it off the backboard, cleared away by the Wild Dragon. Might go back the other way, but plenty of time to respond to that one. One and only not able to get his double off that he wanted to. Gets a little far away from Evil Twin. Pizza's Flavored is gonna put this one back over the wall, and no one's really able to maintain possession, but the one and only is gonna put Crusaders back within one. This is exactly what they need going into the end of this first game. Still 25 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to make a second goal and force overtime.
Plenty of time, 25 seconds. Let's see how this kickoff goes, and this goes in their favor. Let's see if the homie Gage can kick it away, and does, and showing the defensive skills as well as the offensive skills. And we have 15 seconds left, and the Crusaders need to keep the ball on their side. Oh, push off the backboard. Let's see if we can get a shot. Look, only one. Nice, and ties this up 2-2 with 6 seconds left. And the Crusaders, who struggled a little bit early in this game with rotation issues, clean it up to tie this game up, and looks like we're going to force a overtime on this one.
Yeah, looks like we're going to go to overtime unless we see something absolutely drastic come out of here. Gage already looking for a sidewall read. Evil Twin's going to clear this one out, and this one's going to go down the other way. We will have overtime after some last-minute theatrics, but it's been a pretty evenly balanced game right now. No one's had some glaring issues, but this one almost goes in. The one only just patient, just waiting for that opportunity to roll up, and he finds it. Looking again, this one's gonna go back over the middle. Chaos not able to read it. Pizza Flavored gets the 50 off the backboard. Gage not able to get there in time before it gets cleared away by the one and only. Wild Dragons left in a one-on-one between YourEvilTwin. Twins on 0 boost, the one and only on 0 boost. Back around Illusionchaos, but then Wild Dragon is just not in the right position where he needs to be able to follow that one up. Gage looking for the big long clear. No one's back right now. Pizza Flavored's going to have an opportunity. Jumps off the post, not able to get it. Wild Dragon not able to reel it in either. Gage puts this one back over the middle. Pizza Flavored already up, and he's going to end this one. Put it on ice.
Put it on ice for what a game that was exciting. That was great pass, great shot. But, for a game that looked like the Merchants was just completely controlling that game the way they wanted to up until the last 30 seconds. And then you had the Crusaders who make it interesting and then tie it up into forcing overtime. But the Merchants able to correct the mistakes they made in the last 30 seconds and to finish that game and to win game one in a series that is very important to both of these teams as it pertains to the playoff race.
Yeah, that was a very even match between both of these teams. Just only one more shot out of the Merchants than the Crusaders, but the defense stands just a little bit stronger for the Merchants. Many of those shots just not quite on target for the Crusaders, as only 3 saves out of the 7 shots that the Crusaders had actually got saved away. So pretty low shooting percentage right there. Maybe we'll see we got to see a little bit more accuracy on the shot placements to be able to see how the second game will go. But really, this one could be a toss up between either team. But so far, Merchants have a really good system put into place so far.
Really good system put into place by the Merchants. And what I did like to see out of the Crusaders was how their confidence in their, chemistry as a team built as that game went on. And I thought, with YourEvilTwin coming in, especially in such a game where these two teams are so close, I thought that the Crusaders wouldn't have that chemistry to match with a team like the Merchants who've been playing together. And will we see something off the goal? No. And off the kickoff? No, we won't. But the Crusaders started off kind of rough in that game one, but turned it around. So that just makes this whole series that much more interesting because chemistry does not look like it will be a problem. It looks like we will get that close matchup that we thought we were going to get with Boa. And even though Boa's sitting out, we are still going to get this intense matchup, and as the Crusaders are pushing and the only one were not able to get consistent touches on this, and I would love to see what would happen. These players start getting more consistent touches on it, and right there, nice pass, nice shot by Wild Dragon to take advantage of the opportunity that the Crusaders gave to him, and that's what you want to see from the Merchants right there, team play.
Wild Dragon just patiently waiting in that outside in the middle, pops out right to him. He's got plenty of space to go for it, makes his mark well known. Only 45 seconds left off the clock so far. Plenty of time for both of these teams to make any more plays. Gage already up in the air, gets the touch on it, and both Twin and only one, the one and only, are up right now, and Pizza Flavored's going to look for this one. It's wide open right now. Unfortunate bounce for him, not able to take advantage of it. But Gage going back to the corner, the one and only. Still not able to get a touch on it. It's really dangerous sitting there in the right in front of the post. But they stay strong so far. They don't panic, and they're able to clear it out just in time. Wild Dragon's low on boost. He's not going to really be able to make anything of it. Chaos throwing this one back out of the corner. Gage wants to keep it there, and this one's going to go off the back post. Pizza Flavored 50s it away. It's back into the corner again, but Gage on low boost, and this could be a dangerous opportunity for the Crusaders, but just saved away just in time by Wild Dragon as we go back and forth between both of these teams.
Yeah, it's going real back and forth. Both of these teams are meeting each other and challenging. And right now, nobody right there. Oh, that was a beautiful opportunity for the Crusaders to tie it up. Wasn't able to get around the crossbar. Let's see if they can get another opportunity to tie this up, or will the Merchants increase their lead right now? And it was going back and forth, and you saw some more control touches, and now we're going kind of back to the back and forth, and each team getting one hit on the ball and then giving up possession, except right there. Oh, another beautiful pass, almost a shot, wasn't able to get it to fall. What about right here? No. And we are seeing it's just times in this game where the Merchants are just putting up pressure and putting up goals, and Pizza Flavor moves this league to 2-0.
Yeah, Pizza Flavored again, waiting just patiently out there, just waits for that miss out of the Crusaders defense, and then just strikes, takes advantage of it. It's really surgical right now for Merchants. They're playing very patient Rocket League, and it's really helping them out right now. They're just waiting for touches to find them, and they're not forcing any plays to happen that could throw them out of their comfort zone. And the Crusaders really haven't done much out of their own right to be forced out of their comfort zone, as the one and only has probably done the most so far, just forcing anything to go on the opposite side, making really good 50s as he does right there on the goal line. But other than that, they're not really able to break out into the offensive half consistently, and they're not able to consistently stay on enough boost to make anything happen.
Yeah, but what is consistent is this pressure by the Merchants, and it was a very even game in that game one, and now in this game two, we're seeing a lot of pressure being put up by the Merchants and not much being put up by the Crusaders, so they're going to have to change that soon so they can try to get some goals, and maybe one right here. Nope, wasn't able to get it. But as we saw in that game one, the Merchants are going to have to play the full 5 minutes against the Crusaders. It only took them 30 seconds to tie the game up from a 2-0 deficit in that game one. So let's see if they can get some of that game one magic going again. As the Crusaders are pushing, do we have opportunity right now? No, just knocked away by Wild Dragon, who, though you don't get stats for those type of things, but those things are important, and that's something that Wild Dragon has really been doing this whole series, is just controlling that line and being able to control the possession for his team and able to get more opportunities on for the team. And right now, we might see opportunity right here. No, able to be pushed away. But 30 seconds left. Do you see the Crusaders being able to find that magic that they found in game one to tie this one up?
As the clock dwindles down, I don't see how they can do it in this match specifically, but I saw a few chances that they easily could have tied it up. We saw the one shot go on target. It was gonna go in, but Illusionchaos was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's gonna be the dagger in game two. But we saw those shots get blocked away on accident. We saw Chaos as well have a shot, had the net wide open, just wasn't able to wrap himself around it and dribble it in, and went off the post. And that was 2 goals right there that definitely could have changed the course of this game. But with only a few seconds left to go, we're not going to be able to see anything. We're not even going to be able to see a goal for the Crusaders come off this game. And now it's looking really dire for them if they want to stay into that playoff contention right now.
Yeah, and the Crusaders are right in the mix of the playoff hunt with 22-18, the Merchants 25-15, and these are games that matter so much to both of these teams. And right now, the Crusaders cannot like how this series is going, which is crazy. The Crusaders, they don't have a sub to make, so this is the lineup that they are running with. But it looks like the Merchants will be making a sub, and I guess they might be bringing in Tacos. There go Tacos. So we will see a change up from the Merchants. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw the Merchants play on stream before, and I think this is something they like to do. They like to switch up the lineups. They feel confident that they can beat you with pretty much any lineup they put on the field.
Yeah, Merchants have a very unique play style setup. They like to play a few different people throughout the match. They like to pick one person, they swap them out, and each person gets those 2 games, see how they can do. I remember seeing it the first time. It was really interesting, as I don't think I've ever seen another team do that in about my 2 years playing league matches in RSC. It's been really interesting to see, and it's so far been working out for them. They have a really good win-loss ratio right now, but so far those 2 wins are going to set them up really nice. They're at 11-9 so far for the conference, but that 11-9 is going to promote them just to be a little bit higher, and they're doing really well to try and push themselves up above into that guaranteed spot against the Prism Proteges, who's currently sitting at their first place in that conference.
Yeah, they have to be happy with how this series is setting them up in terms of standings and the playoff race. And their rotation style is very unconventional, and the ThatHomieGage is just consistent right there. The only thing that isn't consistent with the Merchants team is their rotation, because they do rotate players in and out. And it's very unconventional. I have never seen that in any league I've ever been in, where it wasn't just, for the most part, you had your starting lineup. So the fact that they can beat you with any lineup they put on the team, and it also has to be an issue if you are a team that's going against them, because it's like, how do you game plan for them? Because you don't know what type of styles, different players have different styles. So when they switching up the lineups, that should switch up so much of the strategy that you have to put against them. And right now, but the product stays the same, which is just pressure. That is the Merchant style of play, and we are seeing it right here against this Crusaders team.
Yeah, they're doing really well, but I think the biggest thing I'm noticing right now out of the Crusaders is they're just, especially when they get onto defense, they panic a little. And as we see it right there, Pizza Flavored putting another goal up here, already out to a 2-0 lead, but we're seeing a little bit of panic. One and Only had plenty of space right there. He knew where the ball was going, but he felt like a little bit rushed. He felt like he had to turn around. He does that, and then all that happens is that extra touch goes around, and it's a wide open net there for the Merchants. And I think they just need to calm it down just a little bit, slow the pace of the play, force them to make mistakes, and just be a little bit more patient on that defensive half is going to really help them out a little bit to generate some stuff on offense. But they have 3.5 minutes to do it. We've seen way bigger leads than 2-0 come back from. We saw it on Rival. We saw they were down 4-0 heading into the last minute about a week or two ago, and there's plenty of time to come back now. Don't want to hang your hats yet. Plenty of time to come back. Illusion looking for his first goal. YourEvilTwin on 0, but makes a great challenge. One and only up, just barely misreads it, and this one's gonna go back the other way. Gage on 0 himself. Pizza Flavored already up, just barely misses the post. Great demo by Illusionchaos to clear out that middle defender, that middle attacker, I should say. And now they have an offensive possession of their own, but EvilTwin's just too far away, and now they're going all the way back into the other half, see if they can break out. Not quite getting to the other half of the field. Around 2 players, Gage makes a touch, and another offensive possession right here. Pizza Flavored's gonna have to make a save. Back to the corner, one and only's got an opportunity, but a little bit too awkward on the touch. Back in the middle, EvilTwin's gonna be set up right where he needs to be, just a little too low, and that one's gonna get popped up too high.
Yeah, and another opportunity for the Crusaders right there. Bring it in 1-2. No quit in this team at all. That is the one thing that they can hang their hat on. They have heart. Even when they are down, you still see them fighting, and they are fighting right now. And that goal brings this lead down to 1. And up until that point, you have really seen how much of an impact and how much they are missing Boa. Number 7 in assists in this league, which is a very great accomplishment. It's very tough to get goals and assists in this league. Great save right there. They needed that YourEvilTwin coming and proving why he was the right sub for them to get in such short notice. But Boa is number 7 in assists. LaOnly1 is number 5 in goals. You have to imagine that LaOnly1 is missing Boa's presence right now, and the fact that Boa is able to set up so many passes for him when Boa is on the field. So to not have that, you are seeing that LaOnly1 is kind of suffering on offense. So we can see if LaOnly1 can set up their own plays, or maybe another player can fill the role of Boa for this Crusaders team. And right now the Merchants are pushing, won't attack on that, so we are going on the Crusader side of the field, and we have a shot, and we have it 2-2, and the Crusaders find another way to score and to tie this game up and to make it interesting as we enter this last minute of play.
Yeah, this one's getting really interesting. The Crusaders are starting to find those cracks in the Merchants' offense. Didn't really think there was much there, but they're taking some of the strengths they have, and they're just really starting to work it. Merchants really love to work really far back passes to make really far shots. But the defense out of the Crusaders so far has been really incredible. We saw a few of those goal line stands, a few of those shots get really close to that, really close to going in, and someone just barely pinches it off the crossbar, goes out. Illusionchaos doing it once again, keeping that one just out. That one could have been dangerous. Gets a little too far there. EvilTwin's a little awkward on the backboard. Tacos, bro, putting this one back over the middle. And Pizza Flavored looking for the backboard. This one's going to drop back down. ThatHomieGage trying to double that one back in. Off the post. Bounces out. But low boost, and they're not going to be able to find anything. Gage is the only one with boosts. Uses it precisely, gets it out, and another one going back down the other way. This could be an excellent opportunity. And no, just off the ground. They set it up just perfectly, but just a little bit too high on that shot, and we're going to find overtime. What looked like this game was going to be over, and now
man,
other way. Crusaders, what a play to get this one back. It looked like it was all over just a few seconds ago.
I tell you, the Crusaders are making for great entertainment in this series, and what a heartbreaking loss for the Merchants to have it look like they had it sold up, the end of the game goal, no time on the clock, not able to put enough power behind it to score, and then the Crusaders for them to score in overtime early. What a tough loss for the Merchants.
Yeah, absolutely a heartbreaker right there. Merchants set it up just so perfectly. It was right there, and just watching it hit just a few feet right in front of the wide open net and then get reset, and then in just a few seconds go straight back the other way and lose is so heartbreaking. But we saw the Crusaders, tons of shots coming out right now, well outshot the Merchants, and that goes to show why they won. They were actually able to put those on target, and 4 saves, combined 10 saves out of, I believe that's 15 shots out of the Crusaders. Only 2 of those were off target. They really found their stride, and we're going to be able to see if, and it doesn't look like they're going to make any changes to the Merchants roster for game 4. Will that hurt them in this one? Did it cause the issues there in that last game? Maybe we'll find out, but I believe they're going to be able to work this one back, and maybe we'll see another 3-1 prediction. Oh, an angle right to the post.
And that's exactly how you want to start off, especially if you're the Merchants and you want to to get the 3-1 in this series, in this match day. And let's see if the Crusaders can respond. This has been such an up and down series. We've just been getting a lot of everything. You've had 2 comebacks. In this series. I believe, has it been 2 overtimes or 1 overtime?
I believe we've had 2 overtimes so far, one going each team's way so far. Are we gonna find another one? I guess we'll have to find out in about 4.5 minutes, but again, it's been so back and forth, you can't really tell on each team. Each team has somebody that's able to play their mechanical player's role, and this one's going to be wide open. Already starting off another 2-0. We saw something very similar happen there in game 3. They went off to a quick 2-0 start and then just turned it back around. So there's still plenty of time for Crusaders to come back.
Yeah, don't worry, Crusaders fans. This is just their game plan. They like to go down 2-0, make your heart jump, and then they tie it up with 15 seconds left. So just calm down. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left until they tie this game up. Right now, we are seeing the Crusaders push and trying to score that goal a little bit earlier than the last 30 seconds, which they have been doing. But that just shows you how much fight is in them. But the Merchants would love to get a goal right here, because the goal right here would make that comeback just that much harder. And your evil twin was meant for the challenge, and Illusion also meant. So you're seeing the physicality in this game. You're seeing demos. You're seeing the tempo in this game increasing. Both of these teams, the Merchants are trying to take the 3-1, and the Crusaders are trying to make this series even 2-2, in a series that means a lot for both teams and playoff contention, and just the prospects here as a whole, because both of these teams are dead in the middle of the playoff race. So there's a lot of playoff implications for a lot of teams. A lot of teams are looking at this matchup in this tier.
Yeah, a lot of teams are looking at the playoffs right now, thinking how much time do I have left and how well do I have to play. And right now, the Crusaders, they got their 1 win off of a fairly even matchup, still a little bit outside. Losing 2 isn't the end of the world, especially if they can come back here in game 4 and tie up the series. But they're not out of it yet. They still have a very good chance to make it in Prospect, but Pizza Flavored has a lot of space. Illusion makes a misplay. Flavored's going to look to bring this all the way down, but one only, and Evil Twin collide twice here for a touch. they're going to have to go all the way back for boost, and a lot of space for Pizza Flavored again. Around 2, looking up for 1, gets it off the backboard, 1 and only, just waiting patiently on the backboard, clearing that one away. An opportunity right here.
And here we go.
And we're going all the way back. All we have to do is see if they can get one more to tie it up to force a third overtime.
And here we go. And here we go. This is exactly what the Crusaders like to do. They like to allow the Merchants to go up 2-0 and then come back in the game. We are seeing the comeback right here. Oh, we could have saw a kickoff goal, but good bump by the Merchants to keep the Crusaders away and not able to put a shot on. And Leanne with the save right there. Let's see, Tacos with the shot, no off. And now the Crusaders are pushing. They have an advantage, not able to get over. Oh, that's a shot, not able to sneak that past the defense. And we are seeing the Crusaders understanding that they do not want to take this 3-1 series loss in this series, especially with how close they are in the playoff race. And you want to definitely stop that homie Gage. And I tell you, you talked a lot about that homie Gage, and you talked about how good he was. And let me tell you, I am a new fan. I am a new fan. Exactly, I can see exactly why you were giving him the praise that he was giving. He absolutely has played great in this series and just great on both sides of the ball. That's what I like to see from players who can play on offense and defense and make impacts. And right now, Tacos, bro, wants to make an impact and get the game, the dagger for the Merchant setup, but the Crusaders are not going to make it easy as we enter the last minute, and this is the opportunity pushed away by Illusion.
Yeah, opportunity gone awry. Evil Twin not able to read it. Neither is only. Bro's got a shot, but he's got way too calm of a shot right there. Thought he had a lot more time. He did not. And the Crusaders get another just saved by the bell right there. That could have been the dagger with how this has been playing out. But now as we get into the last 30 seconds, they're going to be looking for another one right here. Chaos takes the boost away. Pizza Flavored's last. Chaos getting it back out. He's going to look to follow it again. He won, pinched away. Evil Twin going to be looking for this one on shot. What an excellent shot. Just barely saved away at the last second. Pizza Flavored. Gage doesn't make the shot. Tacos Bra getting this one back away, and they want this one to drop, but it's not over yet. Pizza Flavor is coming together, and this one finally drops. Merchants, in a very, very dramatic finish, come out on top of the 3-1 series win.
And that 3-1 series win is all shout out to Pizza Flavor for stopping that comeback with that epic save. Deserves that MVP. Pizza Flavor said, I saw this. I see the script. They go down 2-0 and then they come back at the end and they score with 7 seconds left to force overtime. I will not allow this to happen. Did not allow it to happen. Great save and great 3-1 series win for the Merchants.
Yeah, you said Pizza Flavored MVP. I can't do anything but go right there with you. Absolutely fantastic performance, and that easily could have been ending up in a 2-2. But Pizza Flavored at the very last second. I can't even believe he saved that. That was such a hard shot, and behind him too, that just popped up and just barely got it off the crossbar and out. Just a well-earned MVP there for Pizza Flavored.
Well-earned MVP for Pizza Flavor. And just, shout out to Evil Twin for stepping up and coming in and making this series so entertaining. And the Crusaders, they fought back with gave us 3 comebacks, almost gave us another overtime game. So thank you for the Crusaders for coming out and being game. But that was just a great series for the Merchants and for that homie Gage.
Yep, and looks like we'll be able to drag him on up here. I don't have enough space. Oh, there we go. And hello, that homie Gage. How you feeling after that dramatic finish right at the end?
My heart is racing.
Yeah, I mean, it was racing for us up here in the booth too. We thought that one was going in after that incredible shot out of the other team there. But you played absolutely fantastic. We saw you making plenty of attempts up in the air, trying to get those solo plays off the backboard. What was your guys' bread and butter for this matchup tonight?
I think our bread and butter was just teamwork, having good comms, letting each other know where we are and how we're going to play the ball. I don't think there was a moment of silence in our VC all night tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know we saw it earlier on in the season when you guys were on stream. You guys swapped out players after 2 matches. How did that affect you guys in that third matchup, going from one player to the next?
I don't think it affected us at all. I think we just got really unlucky in game 3. We swapped out because we normally play all 4 of our players, and we really wanted everyone to get a chance to play on stream tonight.
Yeah, that's a fantastic way to look at things. Get everybody involved, wanting to play with the team. You got anything for Gage, Comedian?
I just want to say great 3-1 series win. I do want to point out you guys allowed a lot of comebacks, allowed 3 comebacks in this series. What do you do to prevent those late game comebacks going forward for your team?
In the future, so one thing that I'm wanting to do is during our scrims in the future, I would actually like to start by giving the opposing team, or start by... Man, I'm not sure. I didn't expect this question. Yeah, I guess try to get an early lead and then not giving it up. Focus more on rotations and more on comms, because I really think that's where we lack right now, is our rotations. And then another big thing for us with allowing the comeback is the constant bumps and demos. It's something that we're really bad about defending. And I think if we can lock that down, or maybe scrim against teams that are more demo heavy, I think we can really fix that issue.
Yeah, you guys looked really strong so far. Definitely a couple cracks you guys are looking to fix up, and you guys are definitely on the right track. Great win tonight. You guys are looking much better for the playoffs as well, trying to fight for that first seed in the Lunar Conference. Again, great matchup tonight, and thank you for being here.
For sure. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun, and thank you guys for everything you do.
And with that, we're going to wrap it up here tonight. 2 excellent matchups. And again, we have matchups every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday night. And you'll have to tune back in Wednesday night. I was Sauce Boss, joined by Bbcomedian. Wiz back on the desk as well, producing for us here tonight. And we'll see you all on Wednesday night.
See you all Wednesday.